Hello everybody, welcome back live to the Sim Raceway Sunday race off. An incredible display of pace there by Firefall in the qualifying session. Can he match it when it comes to the race though, when the stakes are high and the circuit is as demanding as ever? Let's find out. As the lights go green, a big start there for Firefall. He immediately cuts off Nganji, knows that inside line is dangerous. Holds it well though. It's actually disadvantage to start on pole here, and you look back through the field and there is a bit of contact going up the hill. That's happened twice now. No major casualties however. And now Reckon and Clark, bit of a battle there down in 10th. In all honesty, the main crux of the action is going on a bit further forward as Jacob and Andy Bob do battle. And that is Nganji going wide in P2, and he almost had a bit of a collision there. He's got to be very careful now. He's got WTTNN looking to punish him for any little mistake. There's another one. He's in trouble. And that is for sure. That goes without saying, I think. Oh, and look at the air he gets on that as well. That car does not look stable at all. He's missing the front wing. Nganji is definitely missing that front wing. I was just closely examining it. It's come completely off. There must have been a pretty hefty collision with the barrier. And now the cars get ready to go over the bridge. Nganji goes wide again, and the thing is as well, with a circuit like this, the lack of downforce can be killer, and look at the consequences! That's a messy situation, and that could have ended a lot worse. We shall have to wait and see. You never know exactly what's going to happen. Nganji could come back from this, but it's a long way back to the pit lane. As Andy Bob and Dijma still battle on. Andy Bob's able to maintain his cool through there. But still Firefall leads by quite a significant advantage. That dominant pace he's shown in qualifying is, well, carried over here, that's for sure. So almost 5 seconds already, and it's only just been a lap, so he really is streets ahead of everyone else right now. He's flying through the track and really just making it look easy. Over the hill goes Firefall, and just taking a look at his driving style now as well. I've never seen someone so smooth on a circuit like this. He's just making it look like child's play. It's like this car is attached to the circuit like a Scalextric car. Absolutely incredible. He's just showing no sign of remorse, no sign of error. If you take a look at the battle for second, then now you're going to see a lot of action. That is between Hellwood and WTTN. They're going towards the end now of their second lap, about 40 seconds or so. And I like it could have been a late move there for Hellwood, but he opted out of it. A very smart decision as well. Can't really blame him there. And as they now clamber back through the field again, WTTN is doing his best to hold off Hellwood there. Andy Bob's catching these guys as well, which is not going to help Hellwood's morale whatsoever. Carlos Jellicoe still doing a good job, but in all honesty, this man in his debut here in the race-off, I believe, who is racing on a keyboard. I may be wrong, but as far as I can tell, that is keyboard racing. So to be inside the top 5 on a circuit like this with this car as dynamic as this is a monumental achievement. So props to where props is due. Jellicoe is doing a great job right now. And Reckon trying to overtake Goozle there, not to be confused with the major search engine. And look at Dijma as well, flashing his lights. He's not happy about something. And look at the battle just further on as well then. WTTN, we said, was doing well, but talking of progress, Andy Bob, Hellwood, and the man in second, WTTN. We did say to Howard as well that this would not help him, that if things started to happen, and if Howard started to get held up, by WTTN, then it is going to help Andy Bob catch him, and indeed it did. So a quick run through the order then on lap 3 out of 10. Firefall leads in a very demanding position as he's about to start lap number 4. The yellow flag out, I'm assuming that will be for the man in the pit lane who currently is Crass Action. Oh, and he's lost both wheels! Has he lost both front wheels? I believe he has. Both front wheels, that is a record. And I'm not sure how that car's moving. I'm really stunned. It almost looks like a little starship now. Battlestar Galactica Season 4 is about to get underway, and Crass Action is Captain Kirk. I'm not sure if he's trying to destroy the car on purpose or no, but if you take a look back towards the field then, Firefall, who started his 4th lap, still leads this race. Second place WTTN, and look at the cars just chasing him down. Howard looking for a move there, that didn't pay off at all. Andy Bob's just behind in P4. And 5th place is Kozieko 6, Gayagni 76, I beg your pardon. We've got Deichmann in P7, Guzel in 8th, Reckon 9th, Inganj in 10th, 11th Neville Bev in 12th, Clark 10, and Kozieko all the way down in P14 now. But I think these drivers just need to be a bit more cautious. We've still got about 6.5 laps more of racing here around Longstone Pass, and you can already see the mental toll it's having on them. A couple drivers starting to make errors now, getting closer to that cliff face through the left-hander, or maybe a bit closer to that wall of the bridge. And you just love to see a slow motion highlights package of something like this, wouldn't you? Just to see how close these drivers can get to the wall, they can get to the edge of the cliffs. It really is a spectacular circuit. And you can see why the drivers both love it and hate it so much. It's such a technical circuit. And Firefall will extend his lead to 8.5 seconds, really making the most of it out there. So, taking a look then, a bit further down the field at one battle which really has caught my eye over these past 30 seconds or so. And it does really have to go to a man who we haven't spoken a lot about today. And that is going to be a certain man called Guzel. He's currently P8. And just as I said that, he's nailed it into the wall. So, again, the commentator's curse still exists, but he's only 6 seconds behind Deichmann. And again, Deichmann is one of those drivers that has proved himself here in a Sunday race-off many times. Guzel, on what I believe to be his Sunday race-off debut, is really making a name for himself now. He's only P8, I know. And there goes Kozieko. That moves him up into P7. So thank you very much, he says. He's now only got 5 seconds as well, so he's almost taken out a second of Deichmann that time round. So really is starting to up the ante. And I wonder if Deichmann's going to be able to keep up with him or no. And Clark 10 is out of the race. That becomes our first retirement of the afternoon, unfortunately. In fact, it becomes our first retirement overall in a Sunday race-off, as Inganj has a bit of a spin as well from P11. Norway, he said he would be. He was one of those drivers earlier who really showed a big presence in qualifying, but could never match it during the race. And Firefall comes onto the straight again now. He's on lap number 6 of 10. Starting to pick up the pace a bit now, especially almost at a 10-second lead already. Sebastian Vettel, eat your heart out. Firefall has not looked back since he took that pole position. So Andy Bob there, P3. P4 still Dijkman now. Being attacked by Giagni though. Giagni inside the top 5. And following a few incidents, it seems to me like these drivers have really shuffled around a bit now. We got Kujeko pulling into the pit lane from P14, having lost the front wing to his car. He's obviously not happy with the way it's handling out there. They pull into the middle pit lane. So WTTN, it's just crossed the line. And we'll start at number 7 now. 1:45.7 is not a bad time at all, but he now 10 seconds behind a certain Firefall, 4 seconds in front of Andy Bob, so he's not even safe in P2 at the moment. As the field really starts to quieten down now and just focus on getting within a rhythm until the end of this race. Battles do start to become less and less relevant. The only battle we're seeing is the driver versus the asphalt, versus Mother Nature and that cliffside as well. And it really is a spectacular one to watch at that. Dijkman still P4 at the moment, holding on very nicely at the moment. But whether he can stay there for much longer is going to be another issue entirely. As the years start to wander, 3.5 more laps to go until we crown what could be Firefall as our winner. Was a bit of a moment for Dijkman through there actually as he goes over the bridge. I haven't seen him wobble like that in a long time. So a quick rundown of the order then as Firefall starts. It's 8th lap out of 10. Firefall still leads, WTTN second, Andy in third, Dijkman now P4, Giagni 5th, Guzel just outside in 6th, Reckon 7th, Howard in 8th place, 9th in Ganj, and 10th is Kujeko. 11th and out of the race as well is Clark 10 and Devil Bevins. So still been a very intriguing race despite our 2 retirements. Firefall again now really starting to even attack. He's still putting personal best in. Despite the fact he's on lap 8 out of 10, he's got over 10 seconds back. He will not give up. He wants to win by the biggest margin possible. Now towards the head once again. Downhill we go, and WTTN is 12 seconds away now. And he's only 3 seconds in front of Andy Bob, who's definitely keeping him in close check. Making sure he doesn't do anything silly or waiting to see if he does anything silly so he can capitalise. I did think he had a bit of a lag issue there actually, a bit of a netcode problem it seems. As Giagni now comes up to Dijkman with just 2.5 or so laps left. He really does have to start thinking about a move before it is way too late and off the agenda. And don't forget, we've still got the brand new Evo X World Championship Series coming up for you next. The very first round of that one from the Silverstone circuit. So finally, Sid Raceway gets its claws on a fully sanctioned championship. So you will not want to miss that one. That's coming up just after the end of this race, which is surely, unless there's any plot twist, going to be dominated by a certain Firefall. And another battle that's still forming is going to be Dijkstra and Giangi. Those guys have been getting quite frisky over recent laps with only 2 to go. Those guys who are battling over that final spot, P4. Got to be quite careful, I think, more than anything now. The last thing you want to do is throw something away you've worked so hard for over these past 15-20 minutes. And now we take a look as to what our race leader's doing, and the answer to that is he's on his final lap. He's making his way round. Almost job done for Firefall, which we said he's not really put a foot wrong all afternoon. I say not really, I mean he hasn't. He's been glued to that racetrack and he's not made a single tiny error. So I think there's going to be only one deserving winner, and he's going to be our first winner in quite a while to also receive the Driver of the Day award. It's quite difficult to come by. Normally takes a big impressive performance, but Firefall has just been so dominant. He's did it in qualifying by a big margin, and now he's going to win a 10-lap race by over 13 seconds. That works out by over a second quicker per lap. About 1.25, I'd say. With Firefall launched his car over the bridge for the last time today, he's only got himself about 40 or more seconds until he can call himself a winner of a Sunday race off again. 14.8 seconds a gap. And out of the race there goes Howard then, right at the end. Unfortunately for him, he could not get it back in. He did actually had to sell it on eBay. I think he left it just a little bit too late, unfortunately. And over the line goes Firefall. What a win! And smashes the wheel in celebration. He'll be so happy with that one. Firefall, your race winner for week number 52. Second place there will be WTTN M1. Third place, well, I'm assuming, will be Andy Bob. Will follow him very shortly. Now you can see then P5 for Giagni. He'll go across Gutel. P6. 7th will be Nganj. 8th for Reckon. 9th Howard. 10th Kujeko. 9th Devil Bevan. As well as 12th Devil Bevan. And then Kujeko still P14 despite all his hard work. And Dom, of course, for the incredible performance what Kujako's done. He's tried so difficult. In all honesty, he does deserve what I think a little bit of a praise, because he won so well earlier on. He was inside the top 5, but he just couldn't get it done in the end. It was a great run. He almost had it, but a rookie error came into play, and this circuit just proved too much of a challenge for him.